Donald Trump recently took to his Truth social platform, delivering yet another post that encapsulates his penchant for chaos and division. This particular message, while ostensibly about hiring practices for his potential future administration, quickly devolves into a targeted attack on prominent figures within the Republican Party, figures who, despite their decades of loyalty to conservative principles, have found themselves on Trump's ever-expanding enemies list. Trump begins the post by touting his supposed preparations for a return to the White House, claiming that his incoming administration has already hired over 1,000 individuals who are outstanding in every way. He promises that the fruits of their labor will soon be evident. However, this is a familiar refrain. Trump used similar language during his first campaign and presidency, praising his appointees as the best people, only for many of them to later resign, be fired, or publicly denounce him. Notable examples include Rex Tillerson, who famously referred to Trump as a moron, and others who have described him as unfit for office, lacking a basic understanding of governance, and childlike in his approach to leadership. The second part of Trump's post takes a sharp turn into characteristic vitriol. He implores his followers not to recommend individuals associated with certain groups or figures, such as Americans for Prosperity, led by Charles Koch, or those who have worked with individuals Trump labels as disloyal or deranged. The list of targets is extensive, including John Bolton, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, and others. These are not obscure figures. They are stalwarts of the Republican Party who have contributed to its growth and influence over decades. Yet, in Trump's eyes, their failure to exhibit unwavering loyalty to him makes them enemies. What stands out here is the sheer pettiness and lack of strategic purpose behind the post. This isn't about streamlining hiring practices or ensuring a more cohesive administration. It's about Trump using his platform to air personal grievances and sow division within his own party. By attacking figures like the Kochs, who wield significant financial and organizational influence, Trump is effectively undermining the very infrastructure that has sustained Republican power for decades. This public denouncement also highlights the ongoing transformation of the Republican Party into a vehicle for Trump's personal brand and grievances. Democrats have long used terms like MAGA Republicans or extreme MAGA to differentiate Trump-aligned Republicans from the rest of the party. However, as this latest episode illustrates, there is little distinction left. The Republican Party has largely become synonymous with Trumpism. Virtually every elected Republican at the federal level has capitulated to Trump's dominance, either out of fear of political retribution or genuine alignment with his ideology. This raises critical questions about the broader implications of Trump's continued influence. By alienating key conservative figures and organizations, Trump is deepening the rift within the Republican Party. While this might create opportunities for Democrats to capitalize on Republican infighting, it also underscores the enduring challenge of addressing Trump's impact on American politics. His strategy of relentless division not only weakens his own party, but also exacerbates the polarized nature of the political landscape. Trump's post can also be seen as a reflection of his governing philosophy, or lack thereof. Rather than focusing on substantive policy proposals or strategies to address pressing issues facing the country, Trump defaults to personal attacks and self-aggrandizement. This approach may energize his base, but it does little to build the coalitions necessary for effective governance. Instead, it perpetuates a cycle of chaos and dysfunction, with Trump at the center. Another notable aspect of the post is its timing and tone. Posted at 8:04 p.m. Eastern, the message appears to be the product of a bored evening at Mar-a-Lago, with Trump seeking to stir controversy for its own sake. This is a familiar pattern for the former president, who often uses social media to dominate the news cycle and maintain his relevance. However, this approach raises questions about his fitness for leadership. A president, or aspiring president, should prioritize unity and problem-solving, not petty feuds and divisive rhetoric. The list of individuals Trump targets in his post is particularly revealing. Figures like John Bolton, Nikki Haley, and Mike Pence have long been associated with conservative principles and have played significant roles in Republican administrations. Yet, their perceived disloyalty to Trump has rendered them persona non grata in his eyes. This underscores a troubling dynamic within Trump's political worldview. Loyalty to him supersedes all other considerations, including competence, experience, and adherence to conservative values. Trump's disdain for individuals suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, is another recurring theme in his rhetoric. This term, often used to dismiss legitimate criticism of Trump as irrational or unhinged, serves as a rhetorical shield against accountability. By labeling his critics as deranged, Trump seeks to delegitimize their concerns and reinforce his narrative of victimhood. However, this tactic does little to address the substantive issues raised by his critics, many of whom have first-hand experience working with him and are therefore uniquely qualified to assess his leadership. The broader implications of Trump's post extend beyond the immediate targets of his ire. By attacking prominent conservatives and organizations, Trump is signaling his intent to consolidate power within the Republican Party and reshape it in his image. This has significant consequences for the party's future. As long as Trump remains the dominant figure in Republican politics, the party will struggle to broaden its appeal or develop a coherent platform that extends beyond loyalty to Trump. Ultimately, Trump's post on Truth Social is emblematic of his approach to politics: divisive, self-serving, and devoid of substantive policy proposals. While it may energize his base, it also highlights the challenges facing the Republican Party as it grapples with Trump's enduring influence. For Democrats and other political observers, this episode serves as a reminder of the stakes involved in the ongoing battle for the soul of American politics. The question remains, what is the endgame for Trump and his allies? If the goal is to strengthen the Republican Party and advance conservative principles, posts like this one are counterproductive. However, if the goal is to maintain Trump's personal dominance and perpetuate a cycle of chaos, then this strategy is undoubtedly effective. As Trump continues to wield his platform to attack his perceived enemies and consolidate power, the implications for American democracy and governance cannot be overstated. For those concerned about the direction of the Republican Party and the broader political landscape, Trump's latest post is both a warning and a call to action. It underscores the need for vigilance and engagement in the face of a political strategy that prioritizes division over unity and personal loyalty over principle. Whether the Republican Party can reclaim its identity or whether it will remain a vessel for Trump's ambitions remains to be seen. In the meantime, posts like this one offer a sobering glimpse into the state of American politics in the age of Trump.